Minasan, konnichiwa. When I join public servers, I still see a lot of players who are below day 100, let alone day 500, and that's completely understandable. The game continues to pull in over 1 million players daily, which means there's a constant flow of fresh players learning the ropes for the first time. That's why I decided to update my tutorial on how to survive 500 days. For context, I started playing on the 9th of August, and I reached 500 days the very next day. So yes, it's absolutely possible for a new player to hit day 500 quickly. On my last video, we divided the game into 3 phases. We're gonna do that on this video too. But instead of showing you a full gameplay like last time, I'll give you some tips and tricks on each phase of the game. But first, before you even join in a game, make sure that you have a lot of free time and that you have a decent internet. Losing hours of hard work just because you disconnected is really disappointing. So before you join, open your settings and turn on performance stats. After you load in, check your ping. Personally, I can play fine at around 200 and below. If it's 200 and above, I just reset and hope for a better server. Sometimes it's not your internet that's making you lag. Sometimes it's the server you're on. A 2-digit ping is ideal, but like I said, 150 to 200 works fine for me. So try to find what range works for you. Also, make sure you have a lot of spare time. I tried getting to 500 days as fast as I can while playing solo, and I reached day 99 at 57 minutes, which is pretty fast. And I reached day 500 at 3 hours and 30 minutes. So make sure you can dedicate that much time even before you join the game. Speaking of joining the game, this is also the part where you decide whether to play multiplayer or single player. I personally don't play multiplayer, unless if it's with people that I know and trust. If you're playing with people that you know, then you can really speed up the game. I'm not just talking about gathering materials and rescuing the kids. I'm talking about skipping days. This is the fastest time that I've ever gotten, which is not that bad considering 60 minutes is my average time. And I got this time playing on the snow biome. What I did was raid the snow biome stronghold and craft the time machine and skip the days as soon as possible. For that, you'll need 2 forest gems to upgrade the crafting table and craft the machine, which is really hard to get on the volcano biome if you're playing solo because of how the loot alternates. So for speedrunning to 99 nights solo, go for the snow biome. For speedrunning to 99 nights with friends, go for the volcanic biome. But what about reaching 500 days the fastest? Well, for both solo and multiplayer, the volcanic biome is better. There's an infinite number of raids, which means you have an infinite source of cultist bodies to sacrifice. Therefore, you have an infinite source of gems to use for skipping days. But before we can even get to that, we first need to survive the early game and mid-game. In my opinion, the early game is the hardest. This is the phase where you need to rescue all the kids and craft all the beds. This is where most death happens. On day 1, I always think about these 3 options for maximizing my productivity. First one is you can rescue the first kid and craft 2 beds. Since I want to make this tutorial beginner friendly, we'll assume that you don't have any weapons just yet. So if you want to rescue the first kid on day 1, you can either use your axe as melee weapon or do the bear trap method. Having an optimal ping would really help you with melee combat. A lot of you guys are asking me how to melee, but it's not something that I can really teach. It's more of a muscle memory thing, so just keep practicing. After all, repetition is the mother of all learning. To craft 2 beds on day 1, make sure that you have at least 1 house on your map. It'll make your life so much easier. The chairs are equivalent to 5 woods at the crafting table, so don't use them as firewood. If it's really hard though, don't worry. We can work smart instead of working hard. You can use the bear trap method if you can't melee. Just set up 1 bear trap and lure them one by one. If you lured them all at the same time though, remember that you can set up the bear trap while moving. If you don't want to rescue the kid, then proceed to option 2, crafting all 3 beds on day 1. For option 2, you'll need to have a good spawn RNG. Since you're not going to rescue the kid, then try to upgrade the campfire to level 4. That way, you'll have more chances to get houses nearby. You'll need 45 woods and 31 scraps to craft all 3 beds. The volcanic biome can also help you with getting a lot of wood. Houses like these have 2 chairs in them each. If you don't have that many houses and you're not yet comfortable enough to rescue the first kid, that's okay too. Proceed to option 3, maxing your campfire. You don't really have to max out your campfire, but try to get it as high as possible on day 1. If you're lucky, you can get a good sack and that'll help you out a lot. By upgrading your campfire as high as you can on day 1, then you didn't waste any progress even though you couldn't rescue the kid or craft any beds. Plus, there's a good chance that you'll get a weapon when you open up the map and explore it, which would help you out on rescuing the first kid on the next day. Here, I maxed out my campfire early on day 2, so I still have a lot of time to rescue the kids today. Here's a bonus option. If you already have a class that has a weapon, you can rescue both kids on day 1 and craft 1 bed. That is equivalent of rescuing 1 kid and crafting 2 beds if you can't craft 2 beds. Speaking of the second kid, let's talk about how to rescue him. On day 1, make sure to get a bunny foot and a wolf pelt so we can trade them for a spear. Or, you can also get one from a chest. Use the spear by simply circling around the alpha wolves to avoid getting hit. Your ping can really affect your melee combat, but sometimes, even if you got good ping, you can still die with this method. And it's not really your fault. I don't even blame the devs. Roblox just have a weird hitbox by default. So, you can also use the bear trap method like we did on the first kid. Just take note that the alpha wolves required 2 bear traps to kill. You'll also need a gun for this. So start opening chests and try to get at least a revolver. For the last 2 kids, I don't advise trying to melee the bears at all. You should definitely use the bear trap method. Sometimes, there's a bug where your bear traps don't trigger. It didn't happen to me here, but if it happens to you, try to space out your bear traps more. If it still happens, then there's also another way. This is actually perfect timing because nighttime is coming. Go to a tree branch like this and snipe your enemies from here. If it's too dark, you can use your flashlight first to lighten up your surroundings. The advantage of doing this than going up the top of the cave is that entities won't spawn and chase you. If you want to speed up your game, then there are times where you need to rescue the kids even at night. So do that trick to lessen your chances of getting killed. Before we get into the mid-game, you'll need to do the level 1 stronghold first to get the Cultist Gems and craft the last bed. The level 1 stronghold is pretty easy. You can do it by just using your spear alone. You can dodge the crossbow cultists by jumping. It really messes their aim. This is another muscle memory thing that you'll get the timing right the more you do it. Collect the coins because we'll need this later for building our base. Now, we enter the mid-game. After you have rescued all the kids and crafted all the beds, it's time to build a base. Spoiler alert, I actually hate building bases. So let me show you what I do. Craft a hammer at the anvil and pick up all the beds and tents. Don't worry, the multiplier would still count even if you take out the beds. On the furniture trader, you can buy furnitures that could hide your torso. Just take note that the alpha wolves required 2 bear traps to kill. If you want to speed up your game, then there are times where you need to rescue the kids even at night. So do that trick to lessen your chances of getting killed. but still low enough to expose your gun. I have a whole video talking about how this works. But to give you the summary, our Roblox character has a part called the humanoid root part. It's what devs usually use to detect you. It's inside your torso and is the same size of your torso. So if you hide your torso, the entities can't detect you. You saw me do that when doing the level 1 stronghold. Some of the furniture that I like to buy are the curved hedgerow and this stone bench. I chose the curved hedgerow over the straight one because you can't climb on the straight hedgerow. All you have to do now is climb and expose your gun and snipe the cultists. They won't be able to detect you. For the stone bench, craft an ammo crate. All you have to do is sit and snipe. Adjust it accordingly, so the hitbox of your sniper is not inside the ammo crate. You can also get just a simple fence, and that works well too. Don't forget that you can also snipe them from the tree branches like what we did with the bears. The respawn capsule also hides your humanoid root part. It's also beneficial for when you die and you're playing solo, so you won't instantly lose the game and all your progress. The tree branch also has a unique feature. Because you're inside the leaves, your entire humanoid root part is completely hidden. So even if your campfire has gone out, the deer won't spawn and attack you. You can also do that with the hedgerow if you surround yourself like this. This trick can even help you if you got this quest. Now sometimes, you just don't want to deal with the raids. Even if you have the sniping spots that I've told you. Well, you can actually cancel the raids by going to the stronghold. As you can see, we're gonna get attacked tonight. Now, I've already made a couple videos about this. And on both occasions, I told you that you have to go up there. I even gave you some ways to help you if you have trouble parkouring. But you really don't have to go up on that spot. If you think about it, this door is within the same hitbox. So just go here and let's see what happens. So as you can see, the night came and the cultist cutscene didn't trigger. And on our base, there are no cultists. The only downfall of going here is that you can't AFK here if your campfire is out. But on this spot, even if our campfire is out, the deer won't still spawn, and even if it spawn, we're very safe up here. Hiding your humanoid root part isn't the only Roblox physics or mechanics that you can abuse. You see, you can adjust the transparency of any part or mesh in Roblox. And, at a certain value, your camera can pass through the part if it's transparent enough. You can use this mechanics to quickly loot stuff without going inside the buildings. Speaking of looting stuff, there's another reason why a lot of beginners die a lot, and that's because you fight a lot. I'm pretty good at fighting in this game, but if I can avoid having to fight, I would absolutely avoid fighting. Here are some examples. For the military base, there are 3 chests inside, and this is my routine on getting to this chest without having to fight. Second structure is this science lab. Don't enter at the front. Find the back door and enter there. This way, you can get all 3 chests while only having to deal with 1 cultist. On my case, I don't even have to deal with him because the chest he's guarding was already open and I used our trick. Now I can literally just walk past him. This is the perfect example of I can fight him, but I won't if I don't have to. Welcome to the end game, the easiest part of this challenge. There's literally nothing here. From here on out, you can just AFK and chill. But to AFK, first, you need an infinite source of food. There are a lot of auto-cooking contraptions out there, but this is the one that I use. Find a design that you like and build an auto cooker. The recent stackable items update made stew really OP. All you have to do is collect as many as you can, and when you have enough, just go to your spot. Make sure your stew is selected and have an auto clicker that is set to 5 minutes. And there you go! You can now chill for hours without worrying about starving to death or getting attacked by the deer. Do the stronghold whenever it opens so you can get the cultist gems and skip the days. And please do skip the days whenever you can, or it'll take you 5 hours to get to day 500. 3 hours is long enough, let alone 5 hours. YouTube or Netflix will be your friend during this challenge. Personally, I did this while watching Physical Asia on Netflix. My final piece of advice is to never do this again. After getting this badge, please don't do this to yourself ever again. I think we've pretty much covered everything. If I missed something, I have a lot of videos on my channel that has probably covered that. If you want to not only learn how to grind diamonds but survive to 99 nights without a class, this is the video for you. It's a full gameplay unlike this tips and tricks format here, so it'll help you a lot if you're a beginner. That's all from me for now. Bye-bye!